Hello everyone, I'm back. I'm feeling a lot better now, but as I went to the car boot sales today, I found absolutely nothing again. Now, as you know, this happened earlier, and I managed to get a Thomas Collectible Railway Pack from a toy store, but I didn't want to spend a lot of money today. So, here's something. Last week, when I was sick, I did manage to get something. It is Thomas Collectible Railway related, but that's a story for another day. If anything, I'll be showing off what I bought on Thursday and built from Thursday up until Saturday, as Saturday was when I completed the set. So, first of all, let's talk about the free extras that I got within the set. These first free extras are minifigures from Star Wars. Now, I don't know much about these characters or these minifigures. I know some of them by their names, but as for anything else, no chance. I know that this is Luke Skywalker, this is Darth Maul, this is Chewbacca, these are two Wookiees, this is a Sandman, and I don't know who this is. So, if you know who this is, let me know in the comments below, because I ain't no Star Wars fan. I know that this is a Sandman because my father told me about this minifigure. So, if anything, these minifigures, they have nice detail. I like the crossbow that Chewbacca has. I even like the dual lightsaber Darth Maul has, and as for this Rebel, I like her blue lightsaber. And that's gonna do it for the minifigures. I might as well use Luke Skywalker's head for the for my minifigure human version. So yeah, that's gonna do it for the Star Wars figures. Don't expect me to keep all of these intact. I might keep these intact as enemies or something. Even Chewbacca I'll keep intact, but as for these guys, I'll turn them into enemies or something, I don't know. And please don't complain to me in the comments because I'm not a Star Wars fan and I keep any Lego pieces I have. Now, next to two extras that I got for free were Zane ZX and NRGJ. Now, first of all, let's look at Zane ZX, because he's the least interesting out of the two. Although, I do like the fact that I finally have a ZX Zane. I have ZX Cole and ZXJ, and even a ZX Lloyd now, but I don't have a ZX Zane. I love this minifigure, though. His head looks nice, and even more so, I like how the symbol is aligned within the ZX armor. And the detail for where he keeps his ninja weapons is also pretty good. Now, NRGJ. I was really never expecting to get this minifigure, as this minifigure ranges up to $38. And I managed to get this guy for free in a set which was 150 euros from the Facebook Marketplace. I love this minifigure. I love this minifigure because look at this. This is so cool. The detail is nice. I love the electricity peering out of Jay. And I even like his little electricity flow up on the mask. And I even like the golden armor piece on Zane's hood. But that is going to do it for these extra minifigures. Let's move on to the set itself. Here it is, boys, the Air Jitsu Temple, all built up. Now, I feel like I've had some difficulty building this set because some of the pieces were hard to acquire and put on. Here we have the blacksmith shop, a market, a bridge, and then we have the Air Jitsu Temple itself. So, yeah, I didn't put in any of the accessories as I thought it a waste of time to just try and search for everything at once. Thing was, this was not in its respective bags. It was all in one box, and I couldn't do anything about it. But in here, there was supposed to be a table for tea and fruit. Unfortunately, I don't have that table. Then we have the training facility, which also has some swords and a crossbow. And up here we have a library. Over here is supposed to be a table. I didn't put it in, unfortunately. Along with a paint palette in order to paint that landscape over there. And up here we have cool stuff. Do not touch. So what's actually in that box? Well, nothing more than a comb and a camera. In here is the blacksmith shop, of which there is the furnace used to make the shape of the weapons. I really wish that they would have included a water bucket, because that is how weapons are made. That is how blacksmiths make weapons. And as for the market over here, there are supposed to be cards, bread, fruit, fish, and I even see a sink in there. But I didn't have time to put them in, as I thought it a waste of time. So, next we have this. Now, what's this, you may be asking? There is a shadow theater. All you have to do is light it up, and then you can easily show the puppetry going on in there. But unfortunately, because the light brick doesn't work, I forgot to pull out the batteries. I couldn't do anything to, get it to work. So, yeah, maybe I'll get the light brick out and change the battery. But as for now, it's currently dead in the water. But still, a nice set all around. I really, really love this set. And I'm gonna be honest, for something which is a collector's item... Oh, whoops. I accidentally dropped the statue of Sensei Yang. So, for something which is a collector's item, I got lucky getting this for 150 euros. Speaking of which, I think it's time we got into the minifigures that came with the set. First, we'll get into the minifigures who are not ninja. Because, in all honesty, these minifigures, either they are the least interesting, or some of them are the most interesting. So, here goes nothing. We have Misako. I really like the detail on this minifigure, especially her green scarf from in the show. I really like her facial expressions as well. One is more excited than the other. Now, Dareth is a bit of a problem. And it's not his character, alright? His character is funny. He's a comedic genius, if anything. My problem is the fact that he uses a generic Lego City head. And that's the problem. I mean, I managed to make this minifigure without using any of his parts, but using this hairpiece and this face. But why? Why does he need to use a generic city face? Couldn't you give him his exclusive face print from the 2014 polybag he came in? Oh my god, Lego, why were you so lazy back then? At least they gave us a new kind of Dareth head But unfortunately, that Dareth head is exclusive in some sets which are expensive. But who knows, maybe I might be able to get the headpiece someday. These two are not really that interesting either. One's a market owner, and the other is Claire. Now, Claire was going to be rumored to be the seventh or eighth ninja after Lil Nelson. But no, this is just a generic Lego minifigure from Lego City. The farmer, same can be said about him, I'm afraid. But hey, at least the Sensei Wu and Postman minifigures are nice. So, let's get into Sensei Wu first. Sensei Wu is in his retirement robes from the beginning of the season from which the set originates, which is Possession. I love this minifigure. The detail is nice on the back, and if you remove his beard, you can see more of those robes. Because in the TV show, you can't really see past Sensei Wu's beard. Now, last one of the minifigures who are not ninja, it's the Postman. And this guy, he has no alternate expression, he just has one face. And I kind of like this old man face. Kind of reminds me of my grandpa. May his soul rest in peace. But if anything, he is still nice. I love this brown bag. I love the purple all around him. He looks exactly the same as he does in the show. If only he had a rice hat. I mean, look at this. This is how you normally see him in the show. And yet, this is how you see him in minifigure form. Overall, these minifigures are good, these four, but these two are generic. Sorry. I'm saying it now. These two are just generic minifigures, while these four are absolute masterpieces. Now, let's move on to the final six minifigures. Now, here we have the six ninja from Possession. And you're gonna ask me, Alex, why did you put them on stands? That's how I display my minifigures. Thank you very much. And if you don't like it, you can go to hell, for all I care. Anyway, first up, we have Lloyd. No, actually, you know what? Save the best for last. Let's start with Kai. Kai looks good. I don't understand what it is with the ninja having different positioned belts. But in all honesty, I can look past this. It's fine. I really like this little dagger he has in the pocket. Also, if we remove the sword, you can see his elemental symbol in there. That is if... Yeah, you can't really see it unless I take off the shoulder piece, and I don't really feel like doing that. Now, if anything, the same would be said for all the ninja if there weren't some differences. For example, Cole. Now, I know what you're asking. Didn't he in the original set come with a yellow face and not a ghost face? Well, here's something I'm going to say. Yes, he did. But because of the fact that he is a ghost for the next half of the season, I decided to turn him into a ghost. Alright? And I don't want to hear anyone tell me otherwise. Zane is pretty nice. He doesn't have any weapons in there, unlike Cole and Kai, who have daggers. As for Zane, he has these... I think they are either ice blades or are akin to his power source in some way. His face print is nice though. This is the original Titanium Zane face print before we got all the time Angry Zane, or Even more so, damaged head, smiley face, confident Zane. And the same could be said for the other minifigures. Kai has his classic expression. And let's move on to Nia. So, Nia. Generic Lego City expression, unfortunately. But the suit is still nice. I love the elemental water symbol, Phoenix. I really like the Phoenix symbol there. And her cyan and maroon color scheme is pretty nice as well. And she's different from the other ninja because she has that color scheme as well as golden armor instead of the deep stone black armor. Now, let's move on to Jay. Jay, unlike his ninja colleagues, has ninja stars in his belt. And he has that very classic Jay expression. I love it. Now, last but not least, Lloyd. In all honesty, the simplistic design of the minifigure is pretty cool. This head is a classic for any Ninjago fan who grew up during the early to late 2010s. And even more so, the suit is always nice to look at. These little daggers here, I love them. I love this suit design. My first introduction to Ninjago was in 2015, and this suit always holds up for me because of that. These suits introduced me to Ninjago. The possession of Lloyd introduced me to Ninjago. So, if anything, I have possession to thank for turning me into a Ninjago fan in the first place. Otherwise, I wouldn't be collecting minifigures like Zane ZX or NRGJ or any other minifigure I have. Hell, if you want to see my entire Ninjago minifigure collection of the Ninja, go ahead and tell me in the comments below. I want to see your minifigure collection. Alright, I won't be afraid to get my minifigures and show them to you guys. Thank you all very much for watching this video. And if I'm being honest, I hope this video does well. If it doesn't, I don't care. Just so as long as I'm doing something I love. With that, keep your imaginations turned on. This is Nostalgic signing off and reminding you all that nostalgia never dies.